Hey. Welcome back again for another moment of key moments. Hope you guys enjoyed the last video. Make sure you like and subscribe and definitely share the video if it's been a blessing to you. You can share it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to share this. If these have been inspirational to you and a blessing to you, make sure you share it. Oh my God, this topic today is inspired by a special person. Remain anonymous. They know who they are. Cool people. I want to talk about today about the tea bag. The tea bag. I'm gonna go to Revelations. Revelations 3, 15, and 16. Revelations. Ooh. The message version. It says, I know you inside and out and find little to my liking. You're not cold, you're not hot. Far better to be either cold or hot. You are stale. You are stagnant. You make me want to vomit. Oh my God. Yo. You brag. I'm rich. I've got it made. I need nothing from anyone. Obviously, that in fact you are a pitiful, blind beggar, threadbare, and homeless. That's a lot in Revelations. That's a lot. In some versions it says like you're neither hot or cold. You should choose either to be hot or cold. That you're lukewarm, meaning that you're in between, like you're straddling on the fence. I want to talk about the tea bag. The tea bag. A lot of you guys like iced tea, like hot tea. You got your different type of teas and all that. Like I have a favorite like cold tea. It's called Swiss. It's really good. You can find it in like your grocery store, like your dollar stores. It's really good tea. And the cool thing about tea is that like a lot of people like to drink tea when they're not feeling well or just to like calm themselves. The first thing about tea is that like I'm determining that the brand of the tea can determine the flavor. Even for coffee drinkers, they know this. Like coffee drinkers, same thing. They have a certain brand or certain place they go get their coffee from. Tea. Certain tea tastes better than certain tea. Like most folks like Lipton. Some folks like Brisk. Some folks like Swiss. I've come to determine that they taste different. Like different tea tastes like different tea. And it has the brand determines the flavor. It can determine the flavor. And so when I thought about that, like when you read that in the word, it says like hot or cold, like the brand, like who are you representing? What does your life represent? Who are you representing? Does your life bring flavor to who you're representing? The name that you're representing, are you bringing flavor to that name? If you're representing God, are you bringing flavor to his name? Or if you're representing your family, are you bringing flavor to your family's name? Like we have to understand that our last name or our names that we carry, it represents the brand. Like if you're representing Christ, if you're representing God, the way that you carry yourself can determine the flavor that you present. Can people look at your life and look at your walk and determine that you're carrying some flavor? Remember, we are the salt and light of the earth. Can someone catch some flavor or can they catch some sourness from you? Like flavor, when you cook, like you add salt and you add seasoned salt and especially Lowry's seasoned salt. You add that to bring some flavor to the food to make it better. Like when you come around people, do they feel better? Do they feel like they've encountered like and they felt the love of God? Do they feel uplifted? Do they feel encouraged when they come around you? Or are you always coming with the I call it the Eeyore syndrome? Woe it's me. It's just not good today. I'm not feeling it. I'm in my emotions. I'm having a moment. Can people depend on you when they come around you? Do they taste a good flavor? And what I mean by good flavor is the Holy Spirit seasoning your life. Is the word seasoning your life? Is your attitude being seasoning? I told you the brand can determine the flavor. So whoever you're running with, what name you're claiming, what name you're representing can determine your flavor. The next thing I noticed that like the tea bag, it has contents in it. Now I don't know what's in the little bag. I'm guessing it's like tea leaves, but like I like to drink echinacea tea, and so like the echinacea tea looks like it's more than just like some tea bag stuff in there. It's got all type of stuff in there. I have no clue. It might have like plants. It might have like herbs, like flowers, all that type of stuff all in it. But it has some contents in it. You have to understand in your life, like you have been uh, given like gifts. You have been given talents. You have been given like passions for things, desires for things. And if anybody tells you that you're not worth anything, you got to remember that you were created by God and that you have gifts. You have things that you are good at. You have things that only you can do that you're good at. And you have to tap into that. You have to tap into with God to figure out how to activate those gifts. Like everybody has a gift or gifts that you are really good at that can help. This is how you know you're operating your gift for passion. It's not bringing glory and honor to you, one. Two, no one has to force you to do it. And three, it blesses somebody else. Once again, it brings no attention to you. Nobody got to force you to do it. It doesn't bring any attention to you, but it blesses someone else. That's how you know you're operating your passion and your gifts. Like you're not looking at it as monetary gain. It's cool if you can get paid for your passion and walking into your purpose, but that's not your driven goal. Your driven goal is to help other people. It has contents in it. The contents in it, it's you're valuable. You are worth something. You have value. I told you the brand determines the flavor. The brand determines the value. If you are represented by God, you got value. You are royalty. You are a king. You are a queen. You got value. The tea bag has contents in it. The tea bag, number three, the tea bag has a purpose. The tea bag has a purpose. Now, tea bag can be used, I told you, to bring relaxation. It can be used as a dinner drink. It can be used to help heal ailments. I like echinacea tea when you catch a cold or if you're feeling a little under the weather. Echinacea tea works well. I love it. Some tea is good to like bring family together. You have a purpose in your life. You have a purpose in your life. It's up to you to connect to God to figure out your purpose. Once you figure out your purpose, you actually begin living. I'll say that again. You don't actually start living until you figure out your purpose. Because then you think that in life you just need to be successful. It's cool being successful, but you want to be significant. What is the legacy that you're leaving behind? When you walk into your purpose, you're leading up to your legacy. You're leaving behind something that someone can be blessed by, that your kids can be blessed by. Like when you walk in your purpose, it's not just bringing attention to you, or it's not beneficial just for you. It's beneficial to you, but it's beneficial for your kids to see you walking in your purpose. Think of like if your kids see you in your relationship with God really good. That can affect their relationship with God because they're looking at you. You are their model. You are their blueprint of succession in life or significance in life. The way they see you talk about God, the way they see you serve God, the way they see you represent God can help introduce them into a relationship with God. T-Bag has purpose. You have purpose. I found the cool thing about this T-Bag, like, it's cool the name, it's cool the brand, and we know it has a purpose, but the tea bag can't release what's inside of it until it's placed in some hot boiling water. Yo, it really, like, you really can't release everything that's in this tea bag until it's placed in some hot boiling water. I know you have been dealing with some tough times in your life, and I know it seems like God has forgotten you. I know it seems like the deck is stacked against you, that you can't see no light, no glimmer. It looks like everything's going straight to hell. It looks like nobody's on your side. It looks like everybody's turned against you. Just know you're in hot water, so what's inside of you can be released. You were too content. You were too comfortable. It had to get a little bit shaking to get you to move into what you were called to do. Sometimes hot water is not always bad. Fire is not always bad. Sometimes fire burns things off of you that was never meant to be on you. Say it again. Sometimes fire burns things off of you which was never meant to be on you. I'm thinking about a grill. I remember the last time I grilled, and sometimes like you have this little metal scraper thing, and it helps scrape the old excess from the last grill, or the old excess from the last thing you grill. It's used to scrape it off. But I noticed that when I put the coals inside the grill, and I light the coals, and then I put the grill wrap back on the coals are flamed up, and it burns off the old residue from the old time I cooked. Like it gets rid of it, burns it off. This hot water, this fire you're facing, could be used to burn off some old things, old relationships, old habits, old acquaintances, old dreams. It could be used to be burning that stuff off. Also, the hot water could be used to release new things. You got some dreams that you've been sitting on. You got an assignment that you know you should have been chasing. And you're allowing things to hinder you. You're allowing people to hinder you. You're allowing situations to hinder you. Trust God. Like, you got to trust God. Use your faith over your fear, man. You got so much potential, so much inside of you that is waiting to be released, and it just took a little bit of hot water. So don't take your difficulties and your trials as, oh, it's setting me back, oh, I can't move. Use it as an opportunity in a time to tap what's inside of you, to release what's really inside of you, and go after what God has for you. It's got to be placed in the hot water so it can be released. Things are not going to always be kumbaya, akuna matata. Sometimes we're going to face troubles. Christ said it. Well, in this life, you will have troubles. You're going to go through difficulties. You're going to have storms. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have difficulties. But use those difficulties in those times when you're staying isolated, or you're staying still, or you're standing still, as an opportunity to look what's inside of you. Take a look what's inside of you. Look at the inventory of what you need to get rid of, what you need to let go, what you need to cut loose. You're carrying dead weight. The plane can't take off because you got too much weight. Get rid of some stuff. Get rid of some stuff that's not bringing value to you. It's hurting your brand. Whoa. Get rid of the stuff that's hurting your brand, the brand you represent. If it's not adding to your brand, if it's not bringing value to your brand, you have no need for it. Hot water. Now, I noticed another thing. So you put the tea bag in hot water, and that's all cool. It changes the water color, and what's in it has to be released. I also noticed you got to squeeze that joker to really get all that's in it. You got to squeeze it a little bit. Take a moment in the midst of your pressure and give God praise for the pressure, because he's squeezing everything that's inside of you out, or he's squeezing everything that needs to be removed out. Squeezing. Pressure is not always bad. I think of an olive. To get the olive oil, that joker has to be squeezed, crushed, and pressed. Google it. An olive, to get olive oil, has to be squeezed, crushed, and pressed so the oil can flow. You're going to catch that in a week. It has to be squeezed, pressed, and crushed so the oil can flow. You have an anointing on your life, and this difficulty that you're going through or experiencing is just simply getting ready to make the oil flow. It's getting ready to make the oil flow. You're getting ready to walk in your divine assignment. You're getting ready to walk in your divine authority. You're getting ready to go after what God has called you to do, no matter what. Yes, you may have fallen. Get back up again. Keep it moving. Yes, the bills are due. Get back up again and keep it moving. Keep working by faith. Keep moving by faith. Allow your faith to overcome your fear. This last point. Now, the cool thing about tea, I told you I like Swiss tea, Echinacea tea, Lipton tea. Tea can be drank hot or cold. When you allow tea to kind of sit on the counter or just sit around the house, it don't taste as good. Like tea either tastes really good hot or it tastes really good cold. You know, the word says you got to be hot or cold. You got to choose a side. You either gonna be hot or you either gonna be cold. You either gonna be running with the Lord or don't run with the Lord. Like he's cool with either. Like he wants you to run with him. He wants a relationship with you. But if you don't, that's okay. Choose a side. You either gonna be positive or gonna be negative. Pick a side. I mean, just pick one side. You either gonna be real or two-faced. You're gonna be real or fake. Pick a side. Like I can respect the fact that you come on and just be like, I don't like you. Then we both know you don't like me. I may not like you. We're good. This is mutual respect. But the fact that if you come out acting like you like me, but then the truth be told, you kind of behind the scene, you don't like me, and then you talk about me, or I don't like you, but I act like I like you, but then I talk about you, that's being lukewarm. That's being two-faced. The Bible called it lukewarm. I call it being two-faced. That's called backstabbing. You got to choose to either be a friend or be a foe. Be a friend or be an enemy. Like, pick a side. Like, you either roll with the Buckeyes or roll with the Wolverines. You got to pick a side. I can't be, I'm a Buckeye, and then I travel to Michigan and put a Michigan shirt on knowing I'm a Buckeye. I got to pick a side. Either I'm OSU all the way or I'm Michigan this way. Like, pick a side. So in your life, you have to either choose to be real, walk in integrity, walk in honesty, walk in truth, serving the Lord, being kind to others, being committed, being faithful, or you can choose to be jealous, be envy, be conniving, manipulative. You got to pick a side. The tea, you can't be lukewarm. You can't be straddling the fence. No. When I last checked, when you try to straddle a fence, especially from a guy, male biology perspective, you can get splinters somewhere. I don't think I want to be sitting in the middle of a fence. Like, no, I'm going to either be on this side of the fence or this side of the fence. You ain't catching me sitting on no fence. That just ain't going to feel right. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't going to feel right. So pick a side, man. You can't be straddling the fence. You know, my grandparents used to say you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You got to either have 2 feet in or 2 feet out. Like even in a relationship, you either going to be all in or be all out. And your job, all in, all out. Your friendship, all in or all out. You can't have 1 foot in. That's called conditional. That's being conditional. Conditional means my foot is in as long as you do right, or as long as you make me happy, as long as you got my back, as long as you are doing what I ask. Unconditional says, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to be with you no matter what. No matter what you do, I'm with you. No matter if you had a bad day, I'm with you. No matter if I don't agree or I don't roll with what you're doing, like, I'm still your friend. I got you. Like, that's what friends, and that's what meaning all in. I'm either hot or cold. Either you support me or you don't. Either I support you or I don't. Choose a side, hot or cold. Lukewarm tea tastes bad. So being a fake friend, it makes you look bad. Being a fake partner, it makes you look bad. Being a fake believer, it makes you look bad. Let me clear this real quick. Being a believer or a representative of Christ does not mean that you are perfect. It just means that you are progressing through the process of being perfected when we get to heaven. So that don't mean like you got to be on your cues every single day. Like you're going to have a bad day as a believer. You're going to have some ups and downs. But the consistency thing about a believer is that no matter what, they don't waver in their faith. They're like, yeah, man, this is tough. Man, I don't understand this. Dang, God, are you here? You know what? I'm going to trust you even though I can't trace you. I'm still going to trust you. You've done this over and over again for me. You came through for me over and over again. So, the tea bag. Remember, Tea bag, the brand can determine the flavor. It's got contents in it. You got gifts. What brand are you representing? You got purpose in your life. Don't be afraid. Don't get discouraged when you face a little bit of fire or it feels hot. You're just being tested. So what's inside of you can come out, whether it's good or bad. And then you're going to be squeezed a little bit, maybe pressed a little bit. It's just to make sure you got rid of everything that should have got rid of. Or everything good that you need to attach to, that you need to activate. And then you got to choose a side. Either be all in or all out. Be hot or cold. Don't be lukewarm. Don't be stuck in the middle. Don't be stuck in the middle. Pick a side. So I hope you guys have been blessed by the tea bag. The tea bag, man. Like, woo. Definitely like and subscribe to this channel, man. Share this on your social media platform. I thank you guys for the support. Appreciate everything. Continue to pray for your boy. And I'll see you guys on another moment of Key Moments. Be blessed. Be positive, man. Stay up.